Okay, in this video we're going to look at how to balance equations. So when you're balancing equations, you're trying to solve for the variable. So if we look here at this first example I've got here, so this one right here, 3x equals 27. So we know this means 3 times some number equals 27, and we can kind of inspect that, and we know it's 3 times 9 is 27. However, we want to learn how to balance it, because this right here is what you call a one-step equation. Just going to erase this here for a minute. One step because I'm going to do one thing. So what I want to do is I want to isolate this. Let me change the color there. What I want to do is I want to isolate that variable, which means I want to get it all by itself. Right now it's multiplying with 3, so in order to make it just x and isolated, I'd have to divide by 3. Because 3 by 3 is just going to leave me with 1x, and that's what I want. But the key is balancing. So what I do to one side of the equal sign, I have to do to the other side. And there's where your answer is going to come from. 27 divided by 3 is 9. So again, same thing on this one here, minus 5x equals 25. I want to isolate x, which means to get 1x, I need to divide by minus 5, which will give me positive 1x. But I got to do the same thing to the other side because we're balancing the equation. You see, it's not logical if I only do it to one side. The equal sign is very powerful. It means what you do to one side, you're going to do to the other. And then, of course, 25 divided by minus 5 is minus 5. And if I want, I can check that. I can sub minus 5 in for x and see if it works. And yes, indeed, 2 negatives will give me the positive 25. Now, looking here at this one, it's another one step. So 8 equals 2x. So you can balance either from the left or right. So as long as you isolate the variable, I prefer to isolate and have the variable on the left, so it's kind of like reading from left to right. But you can do it from either side. So here's the x. To get it alone, I'm going to divide by 2 to get 1x. But I got to do the same to the other side. So I get 4 is x, or x is 4. Now this one here, it's x divided by 4 equals 40. So again, think of the opposite, right? The opposite is going to get you the 1x. So instead of divide by 4, I'm going to multiply by 4. That's going to give me 4 over 4, which is just going to leave me with x. But I got to balance it. So I got to multiply by 4 here, and then my value of x is 160. So all of these that we just did, these were all one-step equations because I only needed one step to solve them. So you're going to start to get into multi-steps. So I'm just going to draw a line here just to kind of separate what we're doing. Okay. Now this one here, this reads 2x plus 5 equals 15, or 2 times some number plus 5 equals 15. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the variable part, or that term with the variable, 2x. I'm going to deal with that last. So that means that plus 5 has got to go. So you're going to get rid of plus 5 by doing the opposite. Just like I did the opposite of multiplying, I divided. The opposite of dividing, I multiplied. So the opposite of plus 5 is going to be subtract 5. But again, we're balancing, so we're going to do that on both sides. So you're going to cancel here. 15 take away 5 is 10. And now you're down to here. You're going to deal with that. You're just going to want 1x. So you're going to divide by 2. And we'll just do that over here. X is going to be 5. So likewise here, if you highlight the term with the variable, it kind of reminds you you're going to deal with that last. And now you got to get rid of minus 7. So minus 7, to get rid of it, to make it 0, you got to go plus 7. But we got to balance and do plus 7 to the other side. So now you're going to be left with 3x equals 21. You want x, so you can divide by 3. And 21 divided by 3 is going to be x is 7. So again, these are going to be 2 steps because we are doing 2 steps in order to solve for the variable. Okay, now this one here, 9 plus 5x equals minus 11. Exact same thing. Highlight the variable, or highlight the term with the variable. And you see 9 is out of place. The opposite of plus 9 is minus 9, but we do it to both sides. So minus 11 minus 9 is minus 20. You want 1x, so your second step is divide by 5. And minus 20 divided by 5 is minus 4. Okay, now this one here kind of looks the same, but there's one little wrinkle in it. Again, let's highlight the term with the variable. So now plus 7, and we're going to take that away because I want to isolate. 23 take away 7, so that's going to bring you 16. Now, careful here, you're not dividing by 4 because you want positive 1x, so you got to divide by minus 4. So basically, you can divide by what's multiplying x, and that was minus 4. And 16 divided by minus 4 is going to be minus 4, or if you prefer to say negative 4. Now, example like this, again, if you wanted to, you could just balance from the right side. But if you really want to just kind of have it set up where the variable's already on the left side, before you start balancing, what you could do is you could have these side switch. So because the equal sign allows for that, you can just rewrite it like this. 2x take away 2 equals 8 is the same as 8 equals 2x minus 2. And we didn't balance or anything like that. We just rewrote it. So if you wanted to, you could do that. If not, you just could have balanced from the right side. So again, I'm going to deal with 2x last. Opposite of minus 2 is going to be plus 2. And it's going to leave me 2x equals 10. We want 1x. I'm going to divide by 2. And 10 divided by 2 is 5. So again, all of these, you do have that nice option of checking it. So take what you think is the final answer and substitute it into the equation at the beginning and see if it works. And 5 times 2, 10 take away 2 is indeed 8. So again, we looked at 1-step equations and 2 steps. Okay, we can go up to like 3, 4, 5, even 6 steps. But again, the key is balancing. So you want to isolate the variable, and you want to do so by doing the opposite.